Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about starvation. Dr. Case has written a book. Title of the book is Biology of Human Starvation. It was in 1950. Most of the time when we talk about starvation, we always presume that starvation means a person who doesn't get food to eat at all. But that is not the real definition of starvation. If a person doesn't get food to eat, then he can survive only between 35 to 41 days. That means a total fasting, total starvation. That doesn't really occur in the world. But we are talking about, or Dr. Case has been talking about starvation in his book, The Biology of Human Starvation. He's talking about slow starvation, scant food, scant nourishment, scant nutrition, low amount of calories, not ample amount of calories or ample amount of nutrition, ample amount of balanced food. And we gradually deteriorate. Children are weak, very thin, very lean, vulnerable to all kinds of maladies and all kinds of flus and all kinds of viruses and all kinds of sicknesses. Millennials are not youthful. They are very skinny, they are stunted, they are not fully grown or fully blossomed. These kinds of people are actually suffering from starvation, but that starvation is called slow starvation, especially in the nations of Africa, Latin America, and Asia. You will find most of the people don't get ample amount of calories. Now, when you don't get ample amount of calories or ample amount of protein or fiber or vitamins, fat, carbohydrate, in balanced food, vegetable, fruit, when you don't get all those things, then you don't grow as much as you should grow, and you don't grow as full as you should grow. So I have prepared 5 points out of the book of Dr. Case. And these 9 points are, point number 1 is low energy level. These are the 9 signs that we can actually tell that we are not getting ample amount of calories or ample amount of nourishment or ample amount of minerals. And we actually suffer from slow level of starvation. These are the 9 signs. So first is low energy level. We have low energy. We don't like to get up early in the morning. We don't like to leave bed. We don't like to do exercise. We don't like to walk. We don't like to go places. We don't like to jog. We don't like to cycle, or we don't like to swim. We don't like, simply we actually abhor all kinds of physical activities, but we would like to just sit down at some place, most probably on the couch, being couch potato, and watching or staring at the screen of our idiot box. Our life becomes totally unproductive, no creativity, no any kind of movement, no any kind of energy. We feel very low level of energy all the time. That is a sign of starvation. Sign number 2 is hair loss. We begin to lose our hair at a very early age. And that is the telltale sign that we need more calorie, more mineral, more protein, more fiber, more fat, more vitamins, more carbohydrates, and more of the things that our body craves for. If we don't provide all kinds of supplement or all kinds of food loaded with all these things that our body requires and our body needs essentially, all the basic needs, amenities of our body, then we are going to suffer from starvation, and our hair will begin to fall down. Number 3, constant hunger. We are hungry constantly. After breakfast, again you are hungry. After lunch, you are again hungry. And after dinner, you are hungry. You are hungry 24 times a day, 24 times 7 times 365. Your hunger is not satisfied mainly because the calorie ingested by you in your meal was not adequate, was not sufficient. And the sufficient amount of calorie, like a 20 years old active millennial needs about 2,000 to 2,500 calories. If he doesn't take that much calories, then he would be starving and he will be constantly hungry. Number 4 is problem pregnancy. Females do not get pregnant if they starve or if they suffer from starvation. Pregnancy would not occur. They are not going to conceive on time. And even if they conceive, baby will be very low weight, undernourished. Baby would be totally deficient of nutrition from the onset, means from the birth. Point number 5, sleep apnea. We will not be able to sleep properly. We are not going to sleep like a log. We are never going to go into REM for 5 to 6 hours and have a long, deep, big dose of sleep. We will be getting up after every couple of hours. That is the telltale sign of starvation. Number 6 is irritability. We are always angry. We are always irritated. We always scream and shout. We don't like anyone's face. We don't like any kind of talk or any kind of weather or any kind of movie shows or anything, even in the food. But we are always irritated. Irritability will be always there 24 times 7. That is the telltale sign of starvation. That proves that we are not consuming or ingesting ample amount of calories, protein, fiber, vitamin, fat, carbohydrate, and the minerals. 7 is feeling cold all the time. We feel cold even in the summer, in the dog days of summer, at the noon of summer, when the sun is scorching right above our head, and still we are going to complain about being cold. So cold and chill would always be there. When you feel cold all the time, that is the categorical, clear sign of starvation. Number 8 is constipation. Person will suffer from constipation almost every day. Biggest problem in his life would be going to toilet or have bowel movement. He will not be able to defecate properly. He will not be able to clean his bowel. He will not be able to clean his system. And constipation can also cause other problems like hemorrhoids and piles and all that. Point number 9, anxiety. We are always anxious about every single thing. We suffer from anxiety of everything. Anxiety about education, anxiety about income, anxiety about future, anxiety about COVID, anxiety about family, anxiety about every single thing, material or immaterial, important or unimportant, micro or macro. Whatever comes to your mind, you are not going to be able to think straight, but you are going to suffer from anxiety. So we become very vulnerable to these 9 points. Only if we don't eat ample amount of carbo, protein, fat, fiber, vitamins, minerals. And that would cause us a slow starvation, means we are not going to grow the way we should grow. That would be ideal growth according to our age, will not be evident. So that's all the time we have. Thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow we're going to talk about something else. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.